The U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, or USCRI, was created over a century ago to support the needs of new Americans. Since 1911, USCRI has protected the rights and addressed the needs of migrants worldwide by advancing fair and humane public policy, facilitating and providing direct professional services, and promoting their full participation in community life. As our history has shown, given the opportunity, migrants become new Americans, shaping and enriching their communities. Newcomers want to contribute to their new communities. They are adapting to a new culture and need to overcome barriers to self-sufficiency. We equip them with skills to succeed through English classes, job placement, and health services. All of these activities needed to achieve self-sufficiency cannot be accomplished without resources. USCRI doesn't charge refugees and immigrants for services, and this is why your donation makes such a difference. Refugees and immigrants want to give back to their new communities, but first they need to build the skills necessary to accomplish this, with your help. Everything we do is linguistically and culturally appropriate, so we are the bridge between the newcomer and the community. With 100 years of perspective, we can speak to the process that individuals and communities experience in our country that binds us together as a people and makes America unique. It's not easy, but the work of USCRI facilitates the process, one person at a time, with the help of the entire community. USCRI is, in all modesty, very well managed. We constantly strive to implement policies that minimize bureaucracy and maximize initiative, while ensuring proper financial controls and holding ourselves accountable for performance standards. USCRI's network collaborates on projects in 23 different states and 34 different cities across the United States. We are effective and efficient, and we believe it is our duty not to waste resources that could help refugees and immigrants. Systems for tracking metrics and impacts have been developed and improved upon over a period of decades. We keep track of how many people get jobs, how quickly they learn English, how many unaccompanied children attain legal status, and how many trafficking victims we help achieve freedom. But most of all, we measure our success by the growth and vitality of immigrant communities around the United States. There is a misconception that all refugees get to resettle in Europe or the United States. The truth is staggering. Worldwide, only 1% of refugees will ever get that opportunity. Most spend the majority of their lives in refugee camps with no hope of living a normal life, forced to accept humanitarian aid. We call this warehousing. USCRI began a campaign to end refugee warehousing since international law already dictates that all refugees have the right to live independently, to work, and to get an education without being confined. We need people to tell their governments to stop practicing, allowing, or supporting the warehousing of human beings. You can help by contacting your elected representatives. We advocated for European refugees after World War II, Congolese in 1962, Vietnamese in 1975, the Lost Boys from Sudan in 1990, Kosovar Albanians in 1992, and began the campaign to end warehousing of refugees in 2004. In 2011, we successfully advocated for Syrians to be granted temporary protected status in the United States rather than being forced home to the war. In the past year, we helped 10,924 refugees gain employment. More than 400 migrant children received legal representation, and USCRI served 492 victims of human trafficking. Some people think too many newcomers are arriving, that they will never learn English or become part of the community, that we should close the door. Others believe that immigration is a keystone of America that makes us stronger by bringing diverse people together with skills to enrich our country. For instance, after the terrorist attack on September 11, 2001, the government shut down the refugee resettlement program, fearing that terrorists might be entering the United States as refugees. We advocated for strengthening security procedures while continuing to offer freedom and opportunity to the world's oppressed. After all, refugees are, by definition, the victims of terrorists. We fought a long, arduous political battle that ended with President Bush reaffirming and reinstating the program. We believe that migration is a regional issue that needs to be addressed by all the involved governments, academics, service providers, and civil society. USCR is planning to expand services in Central America for migrant children and victims of human trafficking. In order to do this effectively, we need financial support to build capacity. Most recently, USCRI has fought for the rights of children migrating alone across the border from Mexico and Central America. Legal representation is one of the areas USCRI's staff attorneys can assist with. But first, we need to ensure these positions are funded long-term. There's a lot more to do if we want to make a systemic change for child migration.